What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Clear the Ice. I'm your host, Mike Laurel. Flyers fall tonight in South Philly to those Pittsburgh Ice Pigeons. That's right, they lose 5-1 tonight, and a familiar face actually lights the lamp tonight. Kevin Hayes gets the final goal tonight as a couple of adversaries from years past also light the lamp tonight and get on the scoring column as well. I'll tell you what, the Flyers look flat. They look really flat coming out into this game. And I'll tell you what, when Tyson Forrester went down, now what we're hearing, maybe a broken arm. If you've seen earlier, I jumped on Matty B's, the end of Matty B's show. The final word there, we were talking, would you trade for Quinn Hughes? Most definitely. There's also another Vancouver Canuck that's also been linked to coming to the Flyers as well. So, I look at it like this. I think, tonight they were just a little flat. And really, if you take a look at this whole season, the Flyers have been in every game. Like, this is the first time I feel like it really kind of got away from them tonight. They kind of left Vladar on an island. They really kind of fed for himself tonight. It was very uncharacteristic of the Flyers. And they had some chances early. I mean, Bobby Brink had a couple chances right off the rip in the start of the game. So, they were definitely ready to do so. They came out ready to play, but then, like I said, as that game wore on in the first period, it was just like, And Crosby couldn't have got a more favorable bounce, man. He was just right place, right time, put the puck back in net. So, speaking of that, guys, later on, this is for the week. This week, tonight you have me. Wednesday and Sunday you have Matty B, as he will be on the call right after the final whistle. So make sure you guys tune in for that as well. I'm going to try to get the bills out the way real quick. So this is our lineup right here. As you can see, there's nothing listed for Friday or Saturday, but and even Tuesday. I will say this, props, locks, and parlays will not be seen tomorrow. I did make the announcement on Matty's show. Unfortunately, I have a 9 to 5, and unfortunately, I work for the state of Pennsylvania, so I have to go in early and make sure all the roads are open for you guys tomorrow morning. So, yeah, I will be in early and do not know when we're getting done. So that's the kind of thing about with inclement weather. We just don't know. So, so there won't be no props, locks, and parlays. Might be maybe later on during the week. Let me see if I can get together with Mr. Spetzer because he's also busy as well. See if we can find a time to do it later on in the week. I will say this. Also coming up too is, as Matty would say, the new shows on Monday and Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. That's right, the Pittsburgh Sports Desk. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Tomorrow night, like I said, Tuesday is that. Wednesday is the Pittsburgh Sports Desk. They will be on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. And then Thursday, you have Gridiron Weekly. You also have Birds Blast with Kyle Quinn. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And then this weekend, we have the Birds Flyby as they get. Actually, no, the Birds Flyby will be Monday as they take on those LA Chargers. I'm not used to saying LA Chargers. So used to them being San Diego. But we do have the Pittsburgh Steel City Sundays Steelers pre- and post-game show with John and Will and the rest of the gang out there on the left side of the state. They're a little happy tonight as their Ice Pigeons beat the Flyers 5-1. And, of course, we have a debut. That's right. Philly Friday Frenzy. That's right, with Big Al. Big Al will be taking over your Friday nights here on It's a Wrap. And if you like Big Al and you like me, you get us together on Sunday morning. That's right, Philly AM Sports. Me and Al, we will be on then as well. So let's dive back down deep into this game. I did see a comment up here. Okay. Not JD 19. He said, it says it is time to fire Tackett. I think that's a little premature. Joe says, I hope your show is Friday. I don't know, Joe. I got to talk it over with Paul. If you're talking about props, locks, and parlays, yeah, I have to talk it over with Paul, see if he's available, because I know he has College Football Frenzy also that night over on Out of the Box. So I would have to try to make time around that before Al can come over and do this. So, but hey, if we can't get it in, we can't get it in, man. Things happen. So, we'll just have to relay from next week. I'll just come on Sunday morning and give you guys my picks for the NFL. Ricky Deal checking in says, Mike, go Flyers. Yeah, go Flyers, Ricky. He was a rough one tonight. But we're going to get it started with basically the scoring. And the scoring would get started roughly around 9:18 mark of the first period. Sidney Crosby would literally just have a putback. It was a great shot by Russ. He would shoot it. It would literally deflect right off of Vladar right to Sidney Crosby. He puts it back in the net. Devils are up 1-0. That's how the first period would end. Coming back in the second period, Flyers get a power play goal from Tyson Forrester. Remember that name because you're not going to be seeing him for a while. That happened at the 5:36 mark. Roughly about a minute or so later on a slap shot. It looked like Forrester broke his arm, is what's being reported. As I heard from Matty B, he said that Forrester had broken his arm. So, yeah, it will definitely not be it might be a minute before you see him. That's what leads into what I'm going to be talking about right after we're done this. Sidney Crosby would get his second goal of the game at the 8:08 mark from Rust again, Brian Rust, and this time Carlson on the assist puts the Penguins up 2-1. They wouldn't look back, and then Crosby's line mate Brian Rust would score at the 15:52 mark of the second period, putting up a 3-1 lead, and then giving them two power play goals. About 13:52 mark of the third period, Tommy Novak would score again on the power play, giving Pittsburgh their third power play goal. The Flyers have not given up three power play goals since December 23rd of last year. Ironically, it was to the Penguins, but it was a game in Pittsburgh. So, and then Kevin Hayes would get a breakaway later. He would later on come on a breakaway as he got behind the defense. He would put one behind Dan Vladar, putting the Penguins up 5-1 at the 15:33 mark. Was it Witherspoon with the assist only on that one? So it was your 3 stars. Your third star was Carlson with 2 assists on the night. Brian Rust was your second star. He had a goal and 2 assists on the night for 3 points. And your number 1 star of the game was none other than Sid the Kid. Shots on goal, 29 for the Flyers, 27 for the Penguins. Face-offs were dead even. They were, so it was 50.9% for the Penguins, 49.1%. So it was damn near even. This is where the game was really won by Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was 3 for 4 on the power play. The Flyers 1 for 6, and they had not one but two-man penalties back to back. Forrester scored on the one, and right before he scored, Pittsburgh had committed a penalty. They were going back down for 2 men for about almost a minute. Flyers couldn't get nothing done. So 14 minutes penalties for Pittsburgh. Flyers with 8. Flyers with 27 hits. Penguins with 18 blocked shots. Flyers with 13. Penguins with 12. Giveaways. Flyers with 20 giveaways tonight. You can't do that. Not against a skilled group like that. They gave the puck away 20 times, but Pittsburgh gave it away 15. Takeaways, Pittsburgh had 7 takeaways, Flyers only with 2. So far, season series right now is split. It is split. Flyers winning October 28th, 3-2, with Pittsburgh winning tonight 5-1. Their next matchup is January 15th. And then their final matchup is on March the 7th. So the next 2 are in Pittsburgh against those Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, let me get to some of your comments right here. There we go. We stopped right about there. Joe Hale says, tough break for the Flyers tonight. Yeah, it was. Ricky, are the phone lines open? No, Ricky, I do not do phone lines during a we can do them on like me and Al's show on Sundays. But when I'm doing a post game, I really don't open up the phone lines. It says NHL saying a broken arm. That's what I heard as well. And Ricky saying, can we talk on live? Not tonight, Rick. Not tonight. And besides, I just made a mention, man. I actually have to get up early tomorrow. So there's no way I can actually do that. So I apologize. But yeah, I just can't really do that tonight. I think tonight's probably going to go probably another, 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to give you a rundown of the landscape as we go into it. So we're going to go around the NHL right now. And is that it? Is that all the games? No, it can't be. Yeah. Oh, wow. Not a big slate tonight in the NHL, as I'm looking and seeing right now. Of course, you just saw the Flyers lose 5-1. It was the Blue Jackets beating the Devils 5-3 tonight. The Sabres, who are the Flyers' next opponents, won 5-1. Right now, in the third period, just getting underway, the Ducks are beating the Blues 2-1, and the Utah Mammoth and the San Jose Sharks are just underway out there in San Jose. So there is your, there is your scoreboard for tonight. Now, there's been some names linked to this Flyers team. And it's a couple of Canucks, which is oddly enough because this is the team that, used to, who Tocchet used to coach for. One of the guys there is 26-year-old Quinn Hughes. His 2 brothers, Jack and Luke Hughes, play for the Devils. But he has been linked to the Flyers. And also, there's been another one linked to the Flyers as well, as I was looking up here. Fetterman, I think his name. Yeah. Whatever his name is, Fetterman. Elias Pettersson. Both of those guys have been linked to the Flyers. So you could definitely that's who Joe Hale says. Who do the Flyers go get to replace them? Quinn Hughes, and I've already made it. If they want the kid, our first round pick from this year, and Jet Lachenko, see you. Like I'm tired of holding on to these prospects, and when they get up here, they don't pan out. We kept hearing about how all world Mitchkov was, and he's gotten over here. And I'm going to be honest with you, this season he's been very, very, he hasn't been nothing special. I'm going to say that, and they made a big deal about going and getting him, and I just don't feel like he's been living up to his hype so far. He did a little bit last year, but Ricky goes, can we talk, Mike, can we talk Flyers tomorrow on live? That would be up to Matty B, Ricky, and that wouldn't be tomorrow. That would be on Wednesday. That's the next time the Flyers play, but you can ask Matty. Maybe Matty might let you guys come on. I don't know. So, but yeah, it's a real interesting thing that's out there right now for the Flyers. Do they go out and get a guy like Quinn Hughes? He's available, and I don't see why the Flyers don't. If you got to trade it, Jet Lachenko or the kid, our first round draft pick from this year, the one who's playing at Michigan State. If you got to trade them to get them, I wouldn't trade both of them, but I would trade one of them, and just but I would go out and make the move. The Flyers need offense; they need centermen, and it's just something that I would go and do. They got to do something to try to help this team out while Forrester's going to be out. If he broke his arm, you're looking at least 6 to 8 weeks before he's back. So you're looking at beginning of December. He's not coming back till probably after the All-Star break or Olympic break. So he won't be back. You know what I mean? And probably till like mid to late February. So that's a long time to be off. And for the Flyers, they're just going to have to try to get around it without it. So Danny's probably going to have to make a move. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. Yes, sir. I am on there, man. I am on Facebook, Ricky. Yes, I am. If you're friends with Joe Hale, you can go on Joe Hale's page. Me and Joe are friends on Facebook. Also, Mike Papernick, I'm friends with him on Facebook. So yeah, you can go there and check it out. Joe Hale says, "Be safe out there tomorrow, Mike." I sure will, Joe. I am going to try. But guys, it has been real. I have to go, and Flyers lose tonight, 5-1. Again, make sure you check out all the programming coming up. Tomorrow, it's just going to be the final word with Matty B. Like I said, there will be no props, locks, and parlays due to my civil service. But after that, we can see what's up here as we go into Wednesday. And, of course, Friday, the debut show of Friday Night Frenzy, Philly Friday Night Frenzy with Big Al, and then of course Saturday as well. So let's hope and pray the Flyers bounce back against those Buffalo Sabres on Wednesday night. So until we meet again, guys. Again, final score from. All right, Ricky, no problem. The final score from South Philly, it's the Pittsburgh Penguins 5, the Flyers 1. Thank you very much for tuning in to Clear the Ice. I am Mike Lauro. I will see you guys sometime this week. Have a good